This is not about a job anymore. I'm the investor, and you are going to make me some money.
Heading to London, 16 potential business partners, all keen to kickstart a company.
I'm not looking for a friend. If I want a friend, I'll get a dog. I'm looking for a partner. This is about me investing £250,000 into a business with one of you.
On offer, a 50-50 deal with the nation's most demanding investor.
I'm going to tell you what, you've thrown the gauntlet down and I expect you to win.
Willing to bankroll new business in tough times, Lord Sugar is on the hunt for one winning partnership.
Basic business principles went right down the drain on this thing. You should have all known better.
Start the car!
It's a deal worth fighting for.
It's the same thing happening again. We have an opinion and you just don't like it.
16 candidates.
You don't have to teach me how to suck eggs. I know how to ask all that. I'm in a rush.
Guys, if you want it, buy it!
12 tough weeks.
Lad.
One life-changing opportunity.
You're fired. You're fired. This is my boardroom, and by the way, this is my money. You're fired.
Previously on The Apprentice.
You're going to organise the sale of urban art.
The teams set out to sell street art.
I wouldn't pay for that.
I think that's awful.
Carry on.
To me, it's very hypnotising, really. You could look at it for hours and get several different meanings from it, really.
Gabrielle's team turned on the charm.
So Nathan, bottom line is from our side, we absolutely
love this.
It's fantastic.
Leaving Tom's team
I think I'm going to go with Sterling.
without their top artist.
It's a no-win situation for us, so I'm going to go for broke.
He took a gamble on big pictures.
Cool, look at that.
Yeah, but big.
Artful Gabrielle cleaned up.
He'll do two of these for 250 if you buy them together. Okay, that's fine. Brilliant. We've got 1,200 for this piece. Yep. 1,200 again for the other Dali.
In the boardroom, the charm paid off.
You fawned, you flattered, you listened.
Tom's motives were questioned.
You're here for the right reasons.
I'm here for completely the right reason.
Jade came under pressure.
You were very indecisive. Is that you?
No, it's not me.
Is that you?
I can make a
Is
decision.
that you in this case here
No,
also?
of course it wasn't.
But it was Laura who was let go.
You think you're a good salesperson. I'm not totally convinced. You're fired.
She became the 8th casualty of the boardroom. Now 8 remain to fight for the chance to become Lord Sugar's business partner. (5:45 a.m).
Hello?
Good morning, this is Lord Sugar's office. Lord Sugar would like you to meet him at the Champagne Bar at St Pancras International. The cars will be with you in 45 minutes.
Guys? St Pancras, Champagne Bar. St Pancras International Station, 45 minutes, or 40 minutes now. Yes, come on.
Three losses on the bounce is bad, you know, we need to win.
It's a bit unfair on Phoenix at the moment, isn't it? Because we're just absolutely smashing them apart. I think our confidence is going up and up. We've worked really well as a group, as a unit. We've worked as a team.
St Pancras International. Boasting the longest champagne bar in Europe and some of the finest French fizz.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lord Sugar.
Well, here we are at St Pancras International at the Grand Champagne Bar. Now, in Britain, last year, we imported 35 million bottles of champagne. But lots of people have no idea how good our homegrown product is. English sparkling wine has won many awards and is far superior to some brands of champagne. It's your job to raise awareness of English sparkling wine. Now, I'm going to mix the teams up a little bit more here. You three, choose one of these people you'd like to come and join you.
Nick. You think?
Yeah.
Nick, please.
Nick, you're very popular.
Welcome. Welcome back, mate.
Your job is very simple. You're going to create a new image for the industry, design a website and an online marketing campaign. You're going to pitch your campaign to leading figures in the industry. But the team that comes up with the best campaign will win, and in the losing team, one of you will be fired. All clear?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Okay, well, I'll see you back in the boardroom in a few days' time. Off you go.
Thank you.
The sparkling wine industry. Worth £1 billion in the UK, but it's the French who dominate the market. To increase a thirst for English sparkling wine, teams have 2 days to create an awareness campaign, a website and online ad. But first, both teams need leaders.
Right, PM, want to put myself forward.
Definitely would like to put myself forward as project manager.
Yeah, and actually I would like to put myself forward again. I know I've just been, but I've done websites and stuff before.
And I'm absolutely going to put myself forward. I am so motivated to lead this.
Right, 1 vote only. Anyone want me to be project manager?
Do you know what, I think you would actually motivate us. We'll vote for you, actually.
Okay, I'm going to vote for Ricky.
Well, that's 1-1. I'm going to vote for myself, so that's 3-1.
You need to vote for one of us out of 3.
Out of the 3, I'd vote for Ricky.
Right, so therefore Ricky's got it then.
Project manager then. I'll put myself forward. I run a wine company. I don't deal with English wines, I deal with French wines, but I have a good understanding of the market.
I'd like to take a lot of responsibility for the online stuff, for the website stuff, for the video stuff, but actually as an overview of wine, I think you're probably quite suited to it.
Tom, you're project manager.
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Congratulations.
Let's just go for it.
We're going to win this one this time, though.
What I will say is forget the fact that Tom knows wine, that Nick knows websites and Jade knows advertising. Forget that, because we're better than them. Right, good luck guys, let's do this.
For the first part of the day, the most important thing is to get an understanding of what is this wine, who buys it, why do they buy it.
Just to clarify, this is sparkling wine, this task. It's nothing to do with champagne.
No, the champagne is sparkling wine, but, it's named after the region Champagne in France.
Ah.
So it's a bit like...
So it's a brand name?
Yeah.
Like Hoover?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Hoover's a vacuum cleaner, but it's called
like
Hoover.
Vaseline, it's petroleum jelly, but it's Vaseline, because everyone calls it that.
Aha,
Or
right.
Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola, but that's the brand name in France.
I get it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
On Ricky's team, a conference call.
Hey you guys, it's Ricky.
Just a quick one.
You know, Moët, Cava, Prosecco, their names actually signify that drink. And if there was one word that represented English sparkling wine,
Whatever it is.
just think of words and ideas that represent a drink.
I think that is a very good point.
I say CERT is a nice name, just off the top of my head. CERT. Another word that springs to mind for me that represents Britishness, grandeur. What do you think of that? How about chink? CHINK is in chink glasses. A glass of chink. No. Yeah, maybe not actually, to be fair. Not the best idea in the world.
– 11 a.m. 25 miles outside London, Denby's wine estate.
How you doing?
Hi, good
How
morning.
you doing? I'm Ricky.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm Jenna.
For Jenna and project manager Ricky, a crash course in grape growing.
We now have the beautiful chalky soil, perfect for vines.
What else can we say when we're discussing English sparkling wine?
Heritage is very important. Really, the emphasis is on quality, quality, quality.
Yeah.
And that is the key.
I have probably only ever drunk wine once or twice in the past. I hate the stuff. Team Phoenix do have a very strong team, but I think Tom will do too much talking to show that he knows so much about wine and forget that we're creating a marketing campaign. We're not creating wine, we're not selling wine, we're creating a campaign to raise the awareness.
There's kind of notes of vanilla on there, I think.
On the other team, getting a taste for the product, wine expert Tom and greengrocer Adam.
Yeah.
I could taste it like a tangy, like a Granny Smith taste to it.
We need to hear some serious sniffing. Fill up those nasal passages with all the aromas and ethers.
Smells good.
Still getting this kind of creamy vanilla note for it, which might be the French oak that is obviously matured in barrel. But yeah, I think it's delightful.
Little mouthful, swish it round, suck in the air, pow. Stem on the foot, Adam, stem on the foot.
Sorry, force of habit that. I'm completely out of my comfort zone once again on this task. I know zero about wine. I'm a quick learner and I'm looking forward to this task, You can smell Christmas cake.
West London. On the other team...
Look, this is really a look into what the average Joe would buy.
Hunting inspiration on supermarket shelves, Stephen and Gabrielle.
But let's look at the colours and stuff.
There's a million wines here, we'll be here all day, to be fair.
Gold, black.
There's a million one sparkling wines here, so where's the English sparkling to this lot? Let's grab a sales advisor and get them to talk us through this, because he'll probably answer a lot of the questions we've got on our mind. So let me have a look for someone. Hi, mate. I need someone, if possible, to talk us through some sparkling wines, if that's all right.
I think Stephen expected a wine connoisseur in Tesco's, and we were never going to do that. We went there purely on to see what branding, colours and whatever else.
Excuse me? Could I have some assistance, please?
He does get quite agitated, does get quite stressed, and does start to get angry.
Are you happy to leave here without seeing an English sparkling wine?
Yes. We've got a good idea of what sells in the supermarket, what sells to the general public. Ideas on...
Did we? We don't know.
What don't we know?
We haven't found anything out in there.
But maybe you haven't. I feel that I have.
2 p.m. A leading marketing agency, creative base for both teams.
Now, we didn't want to go down the name route. We wanted to go down more kind of designing some kind of logo icon that represents English sparkling wine.
Now, working on the website for Tom's campaign, Nick and Jade.
We wanted to have grapes there initially, so that was kind of, showing that they were English grapes. And we're thinking, in front of that, to have possibly some kind of ribbon. So on here we need to have ESW.
Which stands for English sparkling wine.
Okay.
Hello. Hi, this is Gabrielle.
Hi,
I'm Darren.
Nice to meet you.
I'm the designer. Adam, is it?
Downstairs, working on their website, Stephen and architect Gabrielle.
With regards to our logo, which is like a rose stroke champagne glass.
And to go with Gabrielle's rose glass design, a tagline.
Less fizz, i.e. less champagne, more sparkle, more English wine, and grandeur is the bottle name.
One of Stephen's few contributions was the word grandeur as a generic name for English sparkling wines. It's a French word.
I'm actually believing in that logo, I'm believing in that name, and I believe it looks like a real fine bottle of sparkling English wine, so that's good. Darren, you're a star. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
15 minutes to do a website design, let's do it.
At the Vineyard, planning their online ad, Jenna and Ricky.
So I've got in here some confetti, wine glasses, bouquet.
First job, book props for tomorrow's shoot.
The theme for the advert, it's very much going to be a celebration. At the moment we're looking for a wedding reception. It doesn't have to be champagne to celebrate, it can be English sparkling wine. I'm worried about those thrones. If you're Victorian David Beckham, maybe you can get away with it, but if you're Joe Bloggs, can you?
I'm just thinking, the more eye-catching it is, the more people are going to look at it. When I get married, I want a throne.
Do you drink sparkling wine?
I'm going to drink English sparkling wine.
On the other team, still researching the product, Adam and wine broker Tom.
Hi guys.
Checking in on their project manager, the rest of Tom's team.
Have you guys got time to do the props and model? Because we got way too much work over here.
We're literally going straight into a wine tasting now at 4, and it will probably take us half an hour.
All right, no problem. Leave it with us and we'll sort it out.
Was this on our list of things we had to do and there's no way they could do it?
They can't do it.
All right.
If we just do it. Have you got some ideas for me? So we're going to have obviously a homepage, a page for each producer that we have and the wines that they actually do, and the tasting notes page.
The other sub-team today obviously has the project manager on it, but really today has been all about what Nick and I are doing. We've come up with the brand, we're looking at the marketing now, we're coming up with everything at the moment. So it seems a little bit strange that Tom is actually on that team because he knew about wine already. If I was him, I would have wanted to be here, because this is really the essence of whether we win or not.
Next on their quest to explore English sparkling wine, a tasting run by Adam and Tom.
So if you just take a glass each at the moment, now be careful to make sure you hold the stems when you're tasting sparkling wine. What we want you all now to do is give it a nice sniff inside the glass and try and get some of the aromas.
Smell first of all, it's quite tangy. Green fruit, maybe apples.
But whilst they've been enjoying themselves, the other team have been really busy.
We might as well finish our glass of this on.
Should the project manager be having fun, or should he be actually in control of the task?
What you want to do is you want to oxidate the wine and obviously bring out its full character and bring out the different elements and depth of the wine, like so. So if you all want to take a sip now, guys. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly today. It's been a great day. Me and Adam have had a lot of fun. We've really got to grips with the English wine sparkling. Sorry, really got to grips with English wine sparkling.
8:30 p.m. Back at the house, planning tomorrow's filming for their online ad, Ricky's team.
I don't want this video coming back being ultra gimmicky, and the message we've got from absolutely everyone is it's quality, it is the level that champagne is, but people don't know that.
I think it's really important that we get English sparkling wine into the advert as much as possible. We want to promote the awareness of English sparkling wine.
With any advert, the first thing that you need to do is grab the attention. There's a touch of humour that you walk away, remember, and think that was quite funny.
I don't want the advert being too funny, because I think if it's funny, all of a sudden it's not quality anymore.
The question is how we're going to split the teams tomorrow.
But you and I do the website together. Stephen and Jenna can do the advert together. I'm feeling really good about the task at the end of day one. I think they've got enough of the advert, they've got enough direction, the props are there, they know what we're looking for. I think it will come back as we're expecting.
$8 a.m. 24 hours before both teams must pitch their campaigns to industry experts.
I think yesterday's a day of planning, thoughts and ideas, and
Today's the day of action.
Deploy it all tomorrow, nail the pitch.
Yes.
Win the task, have a nice treat.
At the agency, finishing their website design, Gabrielle and project manager Ricky.
One thing that's key of our research is quality, so I'm doing the 3-wording rule and say quality, 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 and I want that to come out on the website, on the web pages, on the video, and I think that needs to be key.
Hampstead. Kenwood House. For Ricky's team, a high-class backdrop to their wedding-themed wine ad.
Less fizz, more sparkle. Yeah, it's good.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Directing Jenna and Stephen.
Grandeur, is that how you pronounce
Grandeur.
it? Grandeur. My accent.
Jenna, how does it feel?
I feel like very important. Excuse me, sir, will you pass me a glass of English sparkling wine?
Champagne or?
English sparkling.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to offend. English wine. Very nice.
Barbara, can you go here? We might change you around in a minute.
For the other team, an East London gastro pub, location for their dinner party video.
How do you turn these lights off?
Running it, Jade and Adam.
I'm choreographer, so I'm in charge of putting everyone, you know, in the place and letting you all know what you should be doing and shouldn't be doing. With makeup and hair, I'd say just touch everyone up a bit, you know, nothing too over the top. It's not a massive night out, you know what I mean? It's a nice evening, it's a bit of a get-together. You know the score, don't you? Yeah. I'm not patronising anyone by any means, but today, whenever we're chinking, whenever we're drinking, it's stem and bass, okay? It's not this, it's not this, it's not here. It's this. You know, I don't want to have to keep cutting. We've got hardly any time now, so I don't have to keep cutting to polish glasses and so on.
He's decided he's a choreographer, which is quite funny because there's no dancing.
So is everyone okay, yeah? And if we can have complete silence, please.
And action. I don't really like working with Adam that much doing things like this, but it's our task and we've got to make sure it's done well. That means if he wants to pretend he's in charge or be in charge, I'm going to assist and I'm going to make sure the vision comes out at the end, and that's it really.
Thank you. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Do we need any choreography doing? Any directing? Be in touch. See you later. Thanks again. Cheers. See you now.
You know what choreography means?
It means making sure it's everyone in the right place and knows what they're doing. It does.
No, it doesn't.
I've checked with everyone.
You're going to be like, what is this? This is not my English sparkling wine I ordered. It's like in disgust. Yeah.
On the other team...
And then you're going to be like, Basil 40 Towers. No!
Hey guys.
Project manager Ricky checks in on progress.
I know we've got a few ideas been going on the storyboard.
I just don't want it to be too cheesy or too gimmicky, if that makes sense.
No, it won't be.
Makes sense.
Or just completely contradict the class we're showing on the website.
Ricky, we obviously push for time.
They're cool. Well,
Crack on then, I'll speak to you later. Wait. Alright, well, it sounds like they're on the same wavelength as us, which is great, and it doesn't sound like they've killed each other, which again is great. I've got confidence in Stephen and Jenna today. They know the message we're looking to do, and to be fair, I haven't given them enough props to give them any other options. I've given them a grand tea room, very much the setting I've already put in place for them to do, so surely even they can't get it wrong.
And action.
Well, finally, our glasses are charged with a fine English sparkling wine. Less fizz and more sparkle.
Cheers. Great.
Very good.
That's good.
I'm happy with that.
I basically have a little dot on a line saying layout guidelines and logo.
Finishing the website for their team, technology entrepreneur Nick and project manager Tom.
It should come up with a page where it says where to buy. So you click on where to buy for that specific bottle of sparkling I just read about, and there'll be a link to their website, the wine, the price, is it available, yes.
Really important part of this brief is to raise awareness of English sparkling wines to attract new customers. They haven't really understood that. They've created a website for existing users about where to buy it, what it costs and what it tastes like.
I visit quite a lot of wine websites, but I think in terms of the way we've laid it out, the usability of it, the interaction, the fact that it's, you know, up to date with kind of social media and sharing, I don't think many stuff that's out there even rivals what we've done.
7 p.m.
Can we get English sparkling wine oozing luxury in every pore on that last bit?
Yeah. Finishing their online ad, Stephen and Jenna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Look at it.
Pleasure.
That's it.
Well done.
Woo!
That's your first ad.
My first ad. Let's hope it's a win. Oh, it's on my neck.
And here to view the result, Gabrielle and Ricky.
Some fizz on your big day. Thank you.
Oh, that's horrible. This isn't the English sparkling wine that I ordered. Darling.
She obviously needs English sparkling wine made from award-winning vineyards. And finally, our glasses are charged with a fine English sparkling wine. Less fizz, more sparkle.
24 hours, that's not bad, is it? It's not bad, mate. I'm actually feeling confident.
I don't know what to say. I'd say it's a lot cheesier than I was expecting. I did ask them 3 or 4 times, how cheesy is it? It's not cheesy at all, Ricky, it's classy. It's very cheesy. Oozing luxury with every pore.
Hey, boys.
On the other team, first look for Tom and Nick at Adam and Jade's movie.
Can you turn it up a bit?
8 international awards in 9 years. Produced with English pride and passion. Why look further for excellence? An English tradition is finally English. Now easily recognised by our ESW logo.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Like it?
Fits really well with the website.
It does, doesn't it?
Really well
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
We need a bit of a high five for that. That actually looks wicked.
It's a bit boring, really, isn't it? A bit boring?
It's not genius.
I don't know what they're supposed to be looking for.
It's quite a standard advert, isn't it?
(8 a.m). Today, both teams must pitch their awareness campaigns to a top panel from the wine industry. Heading up the experts, Chairman of the English Wine Producers, Mike Roberts, and Julia Trustram-Eve, Marketing Director.
Do you want to run through the speech, Ricky? Are you alright?
I'll run through it if you guys want.
Yeah, if you want. That'd be good.
Cool, are we ready? Alright, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time this morning. My name's Ricky Martin and I have the pleasure of representing Team Sterling to you today.
So you've got 2 minutes, and I'm going to be covering that in my bit. So what I want you to do is actually specifically about the video and why we created the video we did and what the vision behind it was.
First to face the panel, Ricky and Grandeur.
Good morning ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ricky Martin and I have the pleasure of sitting here in front of Team Sterling and would like to take you on a journey today. So our vision is to ultimately make people aware that English sparkling wine is a quality product. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we stay true to the heritage as well as the quality on English sparkling wine, and again to educate the consumer. So our themes are quality, quality and quality. We want that message to be crystal clear to people. So just to kind of give you an idea on our website here, the colours we're really going for is gold, black and white. These are the colours which are synonymous particularly with luxury bottles, particularly champagnes, and we're trying to run with that theme. And one thing which is extremely important for us to do is to look at the international recognition that English sparkling wine has. And to reinforce that, we have used the multiple international award challenge winner. To give you an idea about what we're trying to do on the marketing of it, we have got a quiz of the week on here, and it encourages them to go through the website and to enter into the prize. To do so, they'd need to put an email address in there. And the idea of that is we can build up our own database of people who are interested in English sparkling wine. In the bottom corner here, there are a number of social networking emblems where people can connect with one another. The one unusual one is this wine glass. What we'd like that to be is an English sparkling wine forum, so that consumers who are interested in English sparkling wine can talk to one another. If we can educate them about it, I think more and more people will run with English sparkling wine.
Something that we haven't yet mentioned is our logo. Our logo is a rose in the shape of a champagne glass, and that context back to, again, English rose, English icon, and bringing you to understand the quality and luxury of this product.
Given you've mentioned quality, innumerable times, probably the word you use most, how does the strapline, less fizz, more sparkle, fit into that?
I really want to differentiate on a subliminal level something away from fizz that you can immediately associate with English sparkling wine. So less fizz, more sparkle is less fizz, i.e. less champagne, more sparkle, more English wine.
I like it, I think it's good. I think it's got mileage.
What I'd like to do is just take you onto our homepage, and there'll be a 30-second video which will pull up immediately, so I'll let you have a look at that and then I'll start talking again. Some fizz on your big day.
Thank you.
Oh, that's horrible. This isn't the English sparkling wine that I ordered. Darling.
She obviously needs English sparkling wine.
Less fizz, more sparkle.
English sparkling wine, oozing luxury with every pour.
Why is it necessary to really make it so flippant?
If we can just take a neutral perspective.
Can I just ask you though, do you think you could go and find a champagne website which would portray itself in that way?
Next, Making the case for ESW, Tom.
Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our concept and how we envisage the future of English sparkling wine developing into what it should be, which is the world's leading sparkling wine. What we try to do is incorporate the Englishness within our logo. We try to keep it, quite simple and quite elegant. Our idea, in essence, was to encourage English sparkling wine producers out there at the moment to apply our logo in a label that would fit in this space. For us, what this would be able to do is allow consumers to instantly recognise when they see an English sparkling wine. Now, our online video, which is obviously going to further enhance our concepts and promote English sparkling wines.
English sparkling wines have achieved what no other country has. 8 international awards in 9 years. Produced with English pride and passion. Why look further for excellence? Now easily recognised by our ESW logo.
Virtually every video around sparkling wine always has a group of people, always with an overflowing bottle, always filling up glasses. Do you think that really reflects the Englishness of what you're asked to do?
The people were very English, the setting was very English, and the occasion was very English, it was nice. And we was trying to get away from the fact that you need a celebration to drink English sparkling wine, and it was just an occasion, just a gathering really, just an English gathering. Thank you.
I'm Nick. I was behind some of the design on the site. Availability was absolutely key in our brief, so it's something we really want to focus on, making sure people know where to buy these wines. Users can click on where to buy, and they'll find a list of all the stockists they have either online or locally, so it's very easy for them to find the wine and where to buy it.
On your stockists page, there's a huge problem with getting stockists to interact with your website to actually say what wines are in stock.
If it isn't up to date, they can call that.
Yeah, but having information that's not up to date and accurate is even actually more annoying to the consumer than helpful.
Both pitches complete. The panel calls the boss.
Perhaps you can tell me
what you thought of the overall campaign.
As a website and as a message, it was more sales-centric, rather than following the brief, which was specifically seeking a targeted multimedia campaign to develop awareness.
The team had a really good end-to-end process, actually, so we feel that the campaign has a real chance of sticking with some finesse.
They created something very well in the given time. They were off-key, I think.
That's interesting.
Well, the video wasn't at all aspirational.
The execution of the idea overtook, actually, the purpose of the advert in the first place.
The one thing that did strike us was that fundamentally they did stick better to the original marketing brief.
Thanks a lot for all your help.
Next stop for the teams, the boardroom.
Through to the boardroom now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lord Sugar.
So, a rather interesting task to design and come up with a marketing campaign to raise awareness for English sparkling wine. So I'm going to start with Team Phoenix first of all, and I understand that Tom, because of your association with wine, that you've taken up and become the project manager again, yeah?
Yeah.
1 week after another.
Yeah.
So that's brave to say the least, yeah. So, overall, good team leader performance, you think?
Yeah.
I think Tom actually leads with quite a lot of strategy in mind, I think, which I was quite impressed with. I enjoyed working for Tom.
I think he did really well.
So tell me what you did with your teams.
First day, we split our team into two groups. One group was going to visit a English sparkling wine producer.
Who went there?
That I decided to take myself and Adam there.
Did you taste the wine?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
What do you think?
It was gorgeous. Better than champagne.
Good. What were you other two doing?
Then we went to the graphic design company, which helped us design a logo and tagline.
And then we planned the storyboards for the next day and the website which would be designed.
While these lot were swanning around down at the vineyard, yeah? Do you feel that it was right to just leave them two to do it and you being the team leader not being there?
I think if you ask Nick and Jake, I think they kind of got the ideas that I was trying to get across to them early on as well, so I don't think you felt like you were kind of adrift from us at all.
So we got you as the wine expert.
Yeah.
We got Nick as the online expert, so to speak.
Jade, obviously,
Jade as the marketing person.
Yeah,
and Adam
as creative director.
What was your actual theme then?
I mean, our focus was to be outside the box. So the idea was to create a logo and a slogan which obviously represented quality, represented England, represented what they were doing, but also something that we could use on the bottles to quickly identify to customers on the shelves.
Then tell me about who created the website.
I did.
Let's have a look at it, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so
what we wanted to do is to give users a sense that it is high quality of English heritage, hence all the pictures in the background, which would change and fade in and out.
It's a field, isn't it, really?
I mean, the background images would obviously change in the live version, so it'd look quite smart.
Well, let's play the video.
English sparkling wines have achieved what no other country has: 8 international awards in 9 years. Produced with English pride and passion. Why look further for excellence? An English tradition that's finally English. There's never been a better time to try English sparkling wine. Now easily recognised by our ESW logo.
What is the URL for this website? www.yawn.com. It's a bit boring, you know. So far, what I've gleaned from what I can see from these is that this is more of a kind of sales pitch. It's the awareness thing that's missing to me, that it's not so much of a story of why you should buy this over and above the traditional French champagne. Right, over to Sterling. Ricky, I understand you are project manager, yeah?
Correct, yes, I put myself forward for project manager, Lord Sugar.
Any logic behind that?
Unfortunately, as a group, nobody has a strong background in wine in any way whatsoever.
No, I mean,
the reason I put myself forward is
marketing.
Exactly. I see this very much as an online campaign, a marketing campaign. I also saw the competition as being extremely good, and I wanted to show that I'll stand up to good competition. I'm not afraid of anything. David versus Goliath, and David always wins.
Really? Tell me how your team's gone on then.
Well, on the first day, Jenna and I went to the vineyard, the history.
You don't like wine, I've heard.
I don't like wine, no.
So not only do you feel you've got Goliath over there, you're also trying to promote a product that you personally don't like yourself.
Correct, yes, I see it as a great opportunity.
This is getting better as time goes along, yeah. Where were you going?
Well, the next step is Gabby and Steve need to start putting the backbone into the website, put the structure in place, get an idea of our strap line, something which will connect the consumer with the industry. So on the second day, Gabby very much stayed on the website. I brought the knowledge from the vineyard into the website, and Stephen and Jenna went forward on the creation of our advert.
What was your going forward strategy then after that?
We started brainstorming different ideas.
You came up with
many names.
We came up with a lot of names, but I decided...
What were they? Yeah, we threw in CERT as an option, CERT. We wanted to keep it quite simple like the carver, but...
So you didn't have a name in the end?
We didn't come up with a final
name.
We
had a name on the label.
We have a name on the label.
Which was Grandeur.
Grandeur, that's French, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's got French connotations.
It's a French word. All right, OK. So let's look at the web page.
Some fizz on your big day.
Thank you.
Oh, that's horrible.
How's it go?
This isn't the English sparkling wine that I ordered. Darling.
She obviously needs English sparkling wine made from award-winning vineyards.
And finally, our glasses are charged with a fine English sparkling wine. Less fizz, more sparkle.
English sparkling wine, oozing luxury with every pour.
Well, Spielberg can rest easy, that's for sure. This is a serious product, right?
It certainly is a serious product.
It's a serious product. Where's the quality in that?
It was a bit of a risky choice to go with it, but we wanted something different, you know.
Was you there, Ricky?
I wasn't there, no, Lord Sugar. It might have come back a bit more humorous than expected, but it certainly, if we put it out there, would get people thinking.
You've come up with a logo also. Who designed this, the thing which looks like a rose petal in the shape of a glass?
Gabrielle.
That would be myself as well.
Well, that's not a bad idea, because it's English rose. I mean, do you think he led your team okay?
Ricky was actually extremely motivational and passionate from the start. We were massively the underdogs, but our passion perhaps camouflaged our lack of expertise. I'm hoping that, and I do believe that the industry experts did enjoy our passion.
I listened to these guys. They did say that your Sterling started off reasonably okay, in as much as it looked like they were on track a bit. They said that Phoenix put a bit boring type of website there, more sales orientated than rather awareness, yeah? They concluded, and I concluded in the end, the Phoenix campaign, it didn't do what I asked it to do. But I think it's more of what Sterling has messed up that makes you the losing team, I'm afraid to say. You lost. You've won, and you're going to go off and enjoy some other bubbles now. I'm sending you to a boutique hotel where you're going to a rooftop jacuzzi, and you'll be able to look out over the London skyline, okay? So off you go, and I'll see you on the next task.
Thank you.
Go off and have a chat amongst yourselves. Come back in here shortly, and we'll talk about it a bit more, okay?
Very cool.
Oh my god, it's boiling. Look at that view over there. You can see the London Eye.
It feels absolutely fantastic to win this task. There was a lot of pressure on my shoulders, obviously being involved in the wine industry, and also I've been project manager the last task and lost, so double whammy, and it feels fantastic to, you know, to win.
Less fizz, more sparkle.
Right, guys, first of all, I'm extremely disappointed. I think our whole campaign fell apart. We need to look at why we lost it and why a boring campaign was better than our campaign, and that's the truth of it now. Right now, I'm feeling extremely deflated. I'm gutted. The result is not the one that I wanted, and I feel that the guys in the team have let me down.
We all agreed before we did that video that we were going to do something humorous when we did the briefing. There was no one that put a stop on that. It had to be serious. No, everyone agreed to. With you.
You know, as accountable as anybody in terms of that video, for sure. I'm going to stick by my decisions. This is only my third defeat, and I've been project manager and won, and I've delivered consistently throughout, so I'm hoping that does help me in good stead. It was a bad day at the office. It's as simple as that.
Yes, can you send the candidates in, please?
You can go through to the boardroom now.
Well, Ricky, I was quite surprised to hear your description of a kind of a defeatist attitude in going into this task and appraising the other team as being full of experts, and that you classifying yourself as David compared to Goliath, and David always wins. Well, he didn't win this time. Ricky, you went off with Jenna to the vineyard, right?
Yes,
okay, and in the vineyard cast the plot, if you like, for how you wanted this video and website to work.
Yeah, I decided I wanted to focus on a celebration theme.
You must have been disappointed when you saw the implementation of it.
I disappointed because there was too much cheesiness in it, and that's the word that I'll use. I did say when the guys went to put the video together that I don't mind there being an element of humour in it to give it personality.
Where does humour come into it here? I know you're out there to try and impress me, and I also know I might remind you of Sid James, but didn't tell you to make a carry-on boozing movie. I mean, I was expecting any one moment in there Kenneth Williams to pop in and, you know, and say, oh, maitre d', you know, where's my grandeur gone? Someone's nicked my grandeur. I mean, it is a total... I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know what you were thinking. Who's responsible for that piece of rubbish there?
The responsibility on the final product, the advert, would need to sit with Stephen and Jenna, and unfortunately I did ask later on in the afternoon, is it a cheesy video? And Jenna, your wording was, no, it's not cheesy, Ricky, it's classy. And I must say, I disagree, it's not classy in the slightest.
Like, I can sit here, I can see it's coming right towards me. I take risk, I took a risk on this advert. I went with a bit of comedy. It didn't go down well, I'll admit it.
I thought Stephen was actually... with you.
I was, and that's why, actually, in Jenna's defence, I have to be honest, Lordship, I'm guessing, you know, in terms of the process here, we have people who actually have an input and actually who make decisions. Yeah, OK, you know what, you've maybe had a bad day at the office, you've made a mistake, and then you have people who don't make any decisions at all or have no input. So in terms of that, Jenna...
Who made no decisions then?
Well, for me, very simply, in terms of the task, I think Gabriella, I mean, she's sitting here now obviously quite quiet, to be fair, but Gabriella, for me, is, in our team, from a contribution point of view, it's lacking.
So we feel in Gabrielle's case, we had two elements of our campaign, an advertisement, and we had a website, and I think the website represented the theme and the message we wanted. So I'm going to give Gabrielle some credit, that I do feel that the feedback on the website is it said quality and heritage, and that's what I asked for, and that's what Gabrielle produced.
Have you got something to say?
Yes, I do, yes.
Please.
Thank you. At the first day, there was complete and utter confusion from Stephen with what the task was about, what we were doing.
Specifics, please.
Specifics, yeah, I'm going to go. We went to a large supermarket, and once we got there, I understood, you know, the situation. We're not going to see a wine connoisseur in a large supermarket, are we? So I sat there and took down, you know, ideas on names, design, colours, fonts, the best I could in that place. We were there for a rather long time while Stephen ran around the supermarket trying to find a wine connoisseur. He spent a lot of time trying to come up... Yes, he spent a lot of the later on in the afternoon coming up with different names and whatever else to go onto the bottle, while I sat there getting to grips with what we needed to do.
This logo here...
That is Gabrielle's, actually.
Pardon?
That's Gabrielle's. That was very, very good input, to be honest. That logo. Absolutely, and I actually said that was very tough. But in all honesty, Lord Sugar, if I on day one had said, you know what, I'm going to sit back here and just support, I can tell you for a fact, for an absolute fact, what we've produced today would be nowhere near as good as that, because Gabrielle's input to Ricky would have been minimal. That is a fact, it would have been minimal.
In your opinion, Stephen, having seen the aftermath of what's gone on here, where did all this go wrong? Was it the advert was poor, the brand on the bottle was poor, or the website was poor?
The advert was poor.
Jenna?
Probably the video, they didn't like the video.
Ricky, you know that I'm going to ask you now which two people you're going to bring back into this boardroom. Who are they?
Taking opinions, friendships, personality to one side, I have to look at the facts of this task and why we lost it. A lot of it stops down to the advertisement, the label and the name, and therefore we're going to be bringing back Jenna and Stephen.
Right, OK, all right. Gabrielle, there it is. He doesn't see you responsible, so you can go off to the house and I'll see you on the next task.
Thank you.
You three people, perhaps you'd step outside also, and I'll call you back in shortly. I mean, Jenna is one of these, you know, classic, I put my hands up, OK, I took a risk, it's a bad advert, I agree it's a bad advert. Girl,
she's a good sport who tries terribly hard.
Yeah, we all work hard. There's a £250,000 investment that I'm making here in somebody I got to go into business with. See, Ricky is smart, there's no question of it, because I don't like the fact that he was making excuses about the weakness of his team, because the skill set was in the other team.
Stephen, you know, is very articulate in this boardroom, but if he's so clever, if he's sitting in watching Jenna make a terrible advert, what's to stop him stepping in?
That's a very good point.
Can you send the candidates in, please?
Yes, Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar will see you now.
Ricky, tell me about this video then. Define to me what your aspirations were when they mentioned a bit of humour in it, a bit of comedy in it.
My aspirations were to potentially have the bride given a glass of champagne and her say, I'd rather have English sparkling wine. That was what it was supposed to be, and I don't think that was deployed in the advertisement.
Well, it clearly wasn't. It was a joke, the way it was deployed. But you went with the humour of, no, I don't want champagne, I want English sparkling wine, and you wanted to make it a bit humorous.
I said, I took all the ideas that everybody had on board, and I said, I'm happy to have a bit of humour in there. I said, in no uncertain terms, I don't want it to be cheesy.
Can I just support this? Ricky pushing quality with a clear brief concerned that Jenna and Steve should not have a gimmicky or cheesy advertisement.
This video was going to be either love it or hate it. I took risk in business, I'm a risk taker, I took it and I made a mistake.
No, it's not a mistake, it's an understatement, Jenna.
It was appalling. Obviously Stephen was there with me, but no one said, no, we're not doing that, no, we don't like it, nothing.
I did say to you over the phone, not gimmicky, not cheesy, and at no point it sounds like either you haven't listened to me or you just let her run with her idea with no input. That's how it's sounding to me.
It's my job to challenge you. If you as project manager were given the opportunity to
bear in mind, we're 4 professionals and we can't all be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
I need to have the faith in the people that are working with me.
OK. What is upsetting here is that you quite rightly said, right, I want all quality, 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 quality. And then you didn't actually finish it off by going there and making sure it happened.
Yeah.
Did you not think that the video was going to be the most important thing in this project?
I did think the video was going to be hugely important, but I also felt the website would be hugely important, being a multimedia campaign.
I've got to start making a decision now on which one of you is leaving the process today. I mean, here we are in the 9th week. Jenna, you've been in the losing team 5 times. This is the 2nd time you've been in the final 3. Perhaps you'd like to explain to me why I shouldn't fire you.
The reason why I don't think you should fire me, Lord Sugar, is that don't shy away from anything at all. I made a silly mistake in this task, which I hope that I can learn from it and not make that mistake then and prove to you that I'm a valid candidate to be in the final.
If you're in my position here, who would you say has got to go out of these 3?
If I was in your position, Lord Sugar, you'd have to probably go with Stephen, I'm afraid.
So, Stephen, first time you've been in this final 3. Perhaps you can explain to me why you shouldn't be fired today.
I've won 6 out of 8 tasks. That doesn't happen by coincidence. I've obviously had some input. As a project manager, I also delivered a victory, and all I can say to you, if I was a project manager again, I would definitely deliver another victory, and most importantly,
definitely, yeah.
I would definitely deliver another victory. I'd actually put my, well, I'll put anything I have on me right now on that. Really
so
want
who
to win
should go for today then?
It's a difficult one. So the ideas that were taken on board, the direction we had, I would have to go with Ricky.
Then, Ricky, the same question for you. I mean, this is the 2nd time you've been a project manager?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
And this is the 2nd time you've lost?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
You didn't bring your people into a win the last time, did
Unfortunately not, no. And the last time we very much was up against, I mean, Stephen's a member from the gym industry, it's his industry. This time I was up against somebody from the wine industry and website industry.
So you're making excuses again?
I'm not making excuses. The point I'd like to make, Lord Sugar, is I'm not afraid of people, regardless of their background. I'll take myself out of my comfort zone and I'll do the best that I possibly can. I mean, Stephen, you have lost the least out of all of us. This is the first time in the boardroom, but I put that down to how well you are at deflecting accountability on every single occasion. I think that's a huge point.
Just highlight your own strengths for now, Ricky.
Well, no, I think it's my point at the moment, so you've had your chance to speak.
Yeah, of course,
I think personally, with the lessons that I've learned from yourself, Nick and Karen, I feel like I'm a much more stronger person now, and the business plan I've got is so exciting. I've got so many ideas going into that. It is going to make money, and I'd love to be on that journey with you.
Stephen, when you're in this boardroom, I think you could talk the hind legs off a donkey. It's like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, and you always got the right answer for everything. Ricky, I think, you know, there was big mistakes made here. I think that whether you like it or not, I see it as a defeatist attitude that you entered this task. David and Goliath and all that type of stuff. Because I don't think the product had anything to do with it. I think the fact of the matter is that it could have been any product. That was bad project management on this occasion. And Jenna, yeah, well, you work hard. You take sole responsibility for the disastrous video that we have on this occasion here. It's not just the disastrous video that worries me, okay? Everybody can make a mistake. I'll tell you what worries me. You didn't realise that this was a high-quality product and you should not have been making a humorous video in the beginning. Ricky, I don't know why you didn't go to the filming, okay? In my opinion, I think that is the real big error on this task. But it is with regret that I'm going to have to say, despite all the hard work, that Jenna, I'm sending you home, you're fired.
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
Stephen, you are this close to going outside that door, but you did say, give me a chance. Well, I'm going to tell you what, you've thrown the gauntlet down. You are the project manager next, and I expect you to win, okay? You don't even know what the task is, but you are the project manager on the next task.
100%.
Okay, pair of you back to the house.
Thanks. Thank you, Lord Sugar.
I think would have made Lord Sugar a great business partner. I think he has missed out, but it has made me more determined to go ahead with my business idea and do it on my own. I am going to be successful, and hopefully you may see that he did make a mistake firing me.
Ricky's lost 2 out of 2 as project manager, and I think that might be, might count against him.
I wouldn't be surprised if either Ricky or Jenna might go as well.
I think Stephen has gone. I think he's run his course on, being a good speaker. He's actually got nothing to back himself up in this case.
How you doing, guys?
Jenna's gone.
How you doing,
Welcome
mate?
back.
How you doing? You well?
Well done. What happened?
And I'll be honest, in 1 second I thought Steve was about to get the chop.
Yeah.
Then I thought I was going to get the chop.
I made a bet with Lord Sugar, and I said, I bet you I'm project manager and I bet you I win, and he took the bet. So I'm PM next time. Very tough boardroom.
In the fight for Lord Sugar's £250,000 investment, 7 candidates remain. Next time.
You've got to negotiate best discounts for a daily deal website.
50% discount.
I wouldn't even give you 10%.
No takers.
I can't run a business like this.
We apologise for not coming here with a plan.
We need to get the contract signed in the next 4 minutes.
Tight deadlines.
You don't have to teach me how to suck eggs. I know how to ask all that. I'm in a rush.
Bloody hell.
Did you understand what this task was about?
And 1 tough customer.
Sickening, that is to me. You are fired.